All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the St. Ignatius College Prep College Fair. We're very excited to have you participating in this event with us. We have some fantastic institutions here with us today. Each institution will have 6 minutes to share more about themselves with you, but our representatives, they will be around the entire session to answer your questions. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your facilitator for this session. Before we get started, I have just a couple very quick housekeeping items for you, a couple of reminders. Number one, your camera and microphone are off, so our presenters cannot see or hear you. You can, however, though, use that Q&A button on your screen to type questions to them at any point, anytime during this session. This is the last session of the evening, so we're very excited to have you joining with us. And last, but certainly not least, this presentation is recorded, so it will be available later on at strivescan.com/Ignatius. And now I'd like to turn it over to our very first presenter, Southern Methodist University.
Hi, everyone. Let me just share my screen here very quickly. Okay, let me present here. Hi, everyone. My name is Jacqueline, and I am representing Southern Methodist University, located in Dallas, Texas. Hopefully, I don't have to sell you on the great state of Texas, since most of the schools you will be hearing from tonight in this session are from Texas. But a little bit about myself. I was actually born and raised in the Dallas area. So any questions you have about the city, about living here, definitely feel free to send them my way in the chat. Okay, so like I said, we are located in Dallas, Texas. If you can see that in the background, that is actually downtown Dallas. So we are about a 10-minute drive from downtown, and a little bit west of that to the right, you'll see our medical district. So that means that we have such a great location. Really, it can't be beat when it comes to the universities in the local area. Because we are so close to so many great companies, a lot of our students do have the opportunity to do internships during the school year, which is not heard of from every university, but a lot of our students do take advantage of that, of our proximity to so many great businesses, hospitals, engineering firms, to get a lot of real hands-on experience in the real world even before graduating. A little bit about our classes. So it is a priority for us to keep our class sizes small. Right now, on average, they are about 22 students per class size. And I feel like as students from St. Ignatius, you really understand the value of having a great connection with your teacher. Every time I read a recommendation letter from a St. Ignatius student, the recommendation letter is just always so great. So you'll always have that great relationship with your professors as well. Once you're at SMU, because of that smaller class size, you'll really be able to connect with your professor, find a mentor in them. They're more than happy to help you with your career goals and make those connections for you. Okay, here at SMU, we have over 100 majors and 85 minors. I won't get into all of them tonight, but something that I do want to note is that a lot of our students are attracted to SMU because we make it relatively simple to double major or minor, double minor. So about 40% of our students are double majoring, but that does not count students that have a minor, that have double minor, triple minor. That also doesn't account students who are pre-law or pre-health. So I like to tell prospective students like yourself that it's usually pretty rare for students to just major in one thing when they're at SMU and then be done without another minor or major or anything extra tacked onto that. Usually students feel like they are able to pursue their different passions through their areas of studies here, even if they're not related at all. Even if you want to major in physics and music or something like that. We're really here to make your education what you want it to be in your 4 years here. Okay, here at SMU, we have 5 academic schools. The Cox School of Business, so that houses our finance, accounting, and the like, marketing majors. The Dedman College of Humanities and Sciences, our humanities such as history, English, sciences such as biology, chemistry. Our Lau School of Engineering has all of our engineering and computer science majors. The Middle School of the Arts has our performing arts such as dance, theater. It has our visual arts such as art and film, and then our communication arts such as fashion media or journalism. And then our Simmons School of Education and Human Development that has our education and our human development majors. Something of note here is that the Cox School of Business does have a dual admission process. I know I can't get into too much detail about each of these schools, but that's something that I want you all to remember, is that if you're even a little bit interested in the business school, I would recommend putting that as your first or second choice major on your application, because that lets us know that your application needs to be reviewed by the business school to be admitted into that particular school. And then with the Meadow School, kind of similar, you do have to audition for dance and theater. For arts and film, you do have to submit a portfolio. So just kind of be on the lookout to see if your intended major has anything extra that is required, such as that. A little bit about student life. Here at SMU, we have so many student organizations, too many to count, and we are a Division I school. But something that I like to share about our school is that if you come to campus and you don't really find a club or an organization that fulfills a particular interest that you have, we definitely encourage you to create your own club. So you would really need to gather just a few of your friends, find an advisor, and then you can create your own club, put that on your resume that you created roller coaster club, which is something that actually happened in the last few years here at SMU. A student was really passionate about roller coasters, so he just made his own club. So like I said, we really want you to make your education what you want it to be during your 4 years here at SMU. Okay, and I did talk a little bit about internship opportunities in the DFW area, but I do want to say that that is also a priority for us at SMU, is to give you all as much real world hands-on experience as we are able to before you graduate. Depending on the major, we see that students typically have at least one internship, if not 3 to 4 during their time here. Okay, so these are just our deadlines. You can find them on our website. They're similar to a few other institutions, but just to note for yourselves, we do accept binding early decision and non-binding early action and regular decision. And then these are just a few of the factors that we look at for applications. On the right, you can see our mid 50% GPAs and test scores. For juniors, I do want to note that we are test optional for you all for next year. So if you don't like your test scores, feel free to not submit them. But this is just a list of things that we require for application, and you can definitely find those on our website as well. I think that should be almost it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Awesome. Go ahead and wrap up your final thoughts.
Okay, final thought, we use your SMU application as your scholarship application. So definitely revise that application as much as you can so we can give you lots of scholarship money. And that is it for me.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jill. I'm with Texas Christian University. Give me a second while I have SMU take down their screen and I put mine up. Fantastic. Okay. All right. I love technology. I'm old, but let me see if I can get this going here. All right, I think I'm almost ready, you guys. I think everybody can see it. Let me start my timer. As I said, my name is Jill Countryman. I'm a regional director of admission for Texas Christian University. TCU is located in Fort Worth, Texas, which is just on the other side of the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport from our friends in Dallas at SMU. We are a medium-sized private university. We have under 10,000 undergraduate students and only 1,200 graduate students. Tonight, I'm here to talk with you about the undergraduate experience. Our students come from over 77 different states, and I'm really proud to let you know that our third largest group of students at TCU actually comes from the great state of Illinois. So we love it when St. Ignatius students apply to TCU. Our average class size is about 26 students in a classroom, and our ratio of students to full-time faculty is 13:1. And if you count people like me, it's actually 4.5 students to every faculty member or staff member like me. We have a lot of people who want to help you at TCU. Next up, I want to let you know medium size is a great size. It means we're not too small, we're not too large. One of the many things about TCU that helps us feel larger than we actually are would be our Division I athletics. We're part of the Big 12 Athletic Conference. You can see by the bar chart on the upper right here that we're actually the smallest university in the Big 12. Not only are sports big at TCU, fine arts are really big. We have a lot of research and creative outlets. We have a lot of internships, and our students use the city of Fort Worth, which is the 12th largest city, for those internships and fun things to do. Next up, let's talk about academics. Academics are really, one of the main reasons students go to college, to get those degrees. At TCU, regardless of which major or combination of major and minors you choose, 1/3 of all of your classes over your 4 years will be classes that are part of our liberal arts college. We feel very strongly that this liberal arts approach offers you a great foundation of coursework to build upon for your majors, or minors, or any combination that you think about. Just a review of our 7 different colleges. We have the Neely School of Business, our College of Science and Engineering, our Harris College of Nursing and Health Sciences, and then also our College of Education. We're the only university in the United States with 2 lab schools for children with special needs. The Bob Schieffer College of Communication is named for our amazing alumnus, Bob Schieffer. And we have a School of Interdisciplinary Studies where you can actually create your own major. And last but not least would be our College of Fine Arts, where students majoring in the performing arts do need to double apply. You apply to the university and then you audition for a spot in those performing arts. Next up, let's talk a little bit about the application process at TCU. It's pretty similar to other colleges, but I want to let you know what specific deadlines we have. We have a November 1st deadline. For that deadline, you can choose to do non-binding early action or binding early decision number 1. If you apply by November 1st, you get a decision from us by January 1st. The next deadline would be February 1st. New for the first time this past year, we just opened early decision 2, which is a binding option. We also have regular decision, which is non-binding. If you apply for that February 1st deadline and everything is complete, you'll get a decision from us by April 1st. And then for those of you applying non-binding, you have until midnight on May 1st to let TCU know if you're going to choose us back. And we hope that you will when you apply. I want to talk with you a little bit about the holistic review process for admission. We're taking a look at a lot of different things. As you can see from this pie chart, the things that we're looking mostly at, or rather I should say the admission committees looking mostly at, would be academic in nature. So we're looking at your unweighted academic course GPA. We're looking at how rigorous are the courses that you've chosen to take during your 4 years at St. Ignatius. We're also looking at grade trends. Maybe things didn't go really well your first year in high school, but maybe your grades have been stronger every year. And maybe your senior year, you're taking an AP class. We take note of that and really look at what you're doing academically. Next, we definitely look at how involved you are in your school and in your community. TCU students are really involved. And so we want to see that when you apply as well. The essay, of course, we wouldn't be a college application without an essay. Make sure you use great grammar and make sure it's written in your own voice. And then last but not least, one teacher recommendation and a counselor recommendation. To give you some idea of where the averages were, I don't have the data from this year, but for students who applied last year, the average unweighted GPA was a 3.56. The ACT middle 50% for those who chose to send ACT scores was a 28 to a 32 super score, and then a 1200 to a 1380 for the SAT. We are test optional for 1 more year. I don't know what will happen after that, but if you're joining us tonight and you're a junior at St. Ignatius, we will be test optional for you next year. Last but not but not least, I wanted to let you know that students at TCU love, or students from St. Ignatius rather, love TCU. You can see a group of last year seniors from St. Ignatius in their TCU t-shirts on one of the last days of school. We're happy to have them as Horned Frogs. Please let me know if you have questions. My email address is on the screen, and go Frogs. Thanks for your time.
That was actually really cute with the t-shirt still. Howdy, everybody. I'm Libby, and I am the regional advisor for Texas A&M University. Woo! Good to have you guys here tonight. Let me go on ahead and set my timer for the sake of keeping this show on the road. Let's chat. So howdy is the official greeting of Texas A&M University. To get us started, figured I would give you a couple quick stats, right? First thing, we are one of the largest universities in the entire nation. So I will throw that out there. Whenever I say big, we already know everything in Texas is a little bigger. Think big, right? In this case, this last year's incoming class, we had 11,986 students, all undergrad, right? So again, think big, 71,000 plus students in total, 94% first year retention rate, which I don't think is too shabby considering the national average is sitting somewhere in the low 80s. And again, something that's kind of unique about A&M, considering we're such a large institution, academics we will touch on here in a moment, but we are an R1 research institution as well, with triple distinction in land grant, sea grant, and space grants. So just another way that we stand out amongst the pack, right? Another thing about being in Texas is that we were the first university in the state to surpass $1 billion in research expenditures for the year. And that is a B, like boy, as in big, right? But again, lots of other things to be able to consider when thinking about what school that you might want to attend. Now, that said, looking at academics that are specifically at our College Station campus, which is the main campus of Texas A&M. Wanted to give you a little information on all of the colleges, being the College of Engineering is the largest, loudest, proudest. It's about a third of our students. Our Mays Business School, which is right up there with engineering as far as popularity goes, but as far as size, it is actually the smallest that we have to offer. So competitiveness is pretty key there. And I know my students from St. Ignatius, you guys really do go hand in hand with STEM and with business avenues. So that's something to consider. That said, we did have a couple of recently added majors, including an additional neuroscience track. So for those of you that are really focusing on STEM and are interested in neuroscience, that is now not one, not two, but 3 different colleges hosting a neuroscience track. So if you're interested on what might work for you best, this little QR code, if you're quick, will take you to our major quiz. So 3, 2, 1, if anybody wants that photo. And moving right along, let's talk application and admission. So for those of you, parents, students, whoever's on tonight or watching this later, if you are a rising senior for this next year, so class of 24, goodness, right? No, 23. It's hard to keep track of what year that it is. First things first, right? The application, we will have a new platform that we're going to be on this year, which is Common App. So you are welcome. Common App is pretty common in the Midwest. So you can either find us there or Apply Texas. Tomato, tomato does not matter. Just find us on one platform. From there, we have SAA. As well as an application fee or fee waiver. And then we have something called the SRAR. So self-reported academic record. Instead of sending in your high school transcripts to begin with, you're going to self-report. So I know St. Ignatius has a portal. Y'all can log in and see freshman year. This is what class I took. This is what grade I got. And it is very much a copy-paste situation from there. We're only going to need final official high school transcripts sent straight from St. Ignatius to A&M after you've graduated high school next year, right? So for now, take a breath. Other optional items that you're able to send to us, again, for my next year seniors, my current juniors, you guys are officially where we are test optional, ACT and SAT. If I have any sophomores that are on the line tonight or watching this later, it is a question mark, and we'll know a little more towards the beginning of summer. So hang tight there. We will also take up to 2 letters of recommendation. These are optional, and this is not meant to be tricky or to be the secret special sauce. We really only want to see letters of rec come in if there's something additional that we should know about that you're not able to put on the application for whatever reason. So it could be from a counselor, it could be from a teacher, it could be from a personal family member, a friend, or somebody in a group, a church member, right? Somebody that knows you really well and can advocate on your behalf. Okay. Some dates to remember. So application opens August 1st, hard deadline of December 1st. Okay. From there, there's a few things that we'll play with, but those are really the key notes that you want to remember. Okay. Last but not least, if you're taking screen grabs, go on ahead and grab my contact info. I live in Geneva, used to be in the city of Chicago. Now I'm in the burbs working with all Illinois students and students across the Midwest. So thanks so much for your time, everybody. Thanks and gig 'em.
Hey y'all, my name is Judy, and I am the admission counselor assigned to all of Illinois for St. Edward's University. So I am living here in Austin, Texas, just about 2-ish hours away from A&M. So I will go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. So just a little bit about St. Edward's. We are a small private liberal arts institution. So we have just under 3,000 undergraduate students, which is going to put our average class size at around 18. The thing you need to know about us being such a small school, we really focus on that individualized one-on-one attention. That's something that's really, really important to us. And so you're going to kind of hear me talk about that all throughout this presentation. We really pride ourselves on the diversity that we're able to offer, kind of on multiple different fronts. We are, of course, really proud of our racial, ethnic, cultural diversity. We are a historically Hispanic serving institution, which we're really proud of. And then as you see up here, we have over 40 different states represented and over 50 countries represented in our current student body. And then I know in our admitted class for next year, we already have over 60 countries represented. So we literally have students from all over the world coming to St. Edward's. We have a lot of diversity in terms of areas of study, over 50 majors and minors you can choose from, and you can mix and match within those however you'd like to. We are a Catholic-based institution, which I'll talk about a little bit later on, but while we are Catholic, you are not required to be Catholic to attend. We have over 30 different faith traditions represented on campus. We're also an NCAA D2 team, so we're able to offer some athletic scholarships. For those of you who are juniors, now's a really good time to reach out to coaches to see if they're interested in recruiting those. And then my favorite fact about St. Edward's is that we have over 4,000 trees on campus, so about 1,000 more trees than we have students. And it really shows as you walk around our campus. We are located in Austin, Texas, just about 3 miles from downtown. For those of you who aren't familiar with Austin, we are 10th most populous city in the United States, just recently voted the #1 city in the world to move to, which is so exciting. Also, it says #2 up here, just recently moved up to #1 best college city in the United States. Because we're in Austin, it's a huge pool for our students. We have tons of business opportunities, internships, jobs post-graduation. We have Tesla just recently moved to Austin. We've got Dell Children's Hospital, Dell the computer company, lots of video game development companies. So tons of opportunities for students outside of the classroom post-graduation. And then of course, we're also the live music capital of the world. South by Southwest just finished up the other day, huge music and film festival. So that's a really fun opportunity for students as well. A little bit about the academics. Like I said, we are a liberal arts institution. A lot of people kind of just throw that term around. What liberal arts means to us is that you're getting a general education program really from day one all the way through to graduation. So we're making sure that you're getting the most well-rounded education possible, and that when it comes time to go to your career, you're able to come at problems from multiple different perspectives, not just from a business perspective or a psychology perspective. We're really proud of being able to offer some unique majors as a smaller institution. Video game development is very much up and coming right now. User experience design is our newest major, environmental biology and climate change, a lot of those opportunities. And then, like I mentioned, we really pride ourselves on that individualized attention. We have 15 full-time success coaches that work exclusively with students, making sure that you're on track to graduate, that you're finding the major that's going to be the best fit for you, and that you're really just fitting in well with the St. Edward's community and kind of being enmeshed in that right off the bat. So you'll meet with them at least once per semester, if not more, depending on what you're looking for. Like I mentioned before, we are a Catholic-based institution, and we're part of what's called the Congregation of the Holy Cross, a small network of high schools, colleges, universities throughout the United States and the world. There are a couple Holy Cross high schools in Chicago, and then there are some, I know we've got some in Brazil and in France, literally all over the place. Like I said, you're not required to be Catholic to attend St. Edward's. If you are, that's amazing. We do have a Catholic community that's there to support you. But if not, that's totally okay too. What you need to know about us being a Holy Cross school is that we use their values to kind of influence what we're doing on the day-to-day and our overall goal, which is to serve and support a culturally and religiously diverse student body. So not only are we bringing in students from multiple different backgrounds, but we're supporting them while they're on our campus. We also have a huge commitment to service and social justice. We have over 70,000 hours of service completed typically by year, which is crazy thinking about that we just have 3,000 students on our campus. So that's something that's really important to us, that we're able to give back to the Austin community. We are a residential campus, so you're required to live on campus for your first 2 years, but all of our residence halls are doubles and suites. So you're going to be sharing a bathroom with 2 or 4 people rather than like 30 on your entire floor. So it's a little bit more privacy. And then of course we have lots of dining options both on and off campus. And we do have residence halls walkthroughs on our YouTube channel on our website. So now that you know kind of the quick basics of St. Edward's, you need to know how to apply. So there are 4 different ways you can apply. We've got the St. Edward's application, the Common App, Apply Texas, Coalition application. We don't care which one you use. We just want to see your application. For those of you who are juniors, the application does open up around mid to late August. And then we do rolling admissions. So the earlier you apply, the earlier you're going to hear back. If you apply by November 1st, we do guarantee that you get a response by the winter holiday. And if you apply by December 1st, we waive your application fee. We are test optional, and that is a permanent change we made last year moving forward. That's for admission and for scholarship consideration. So if you want to submit scores, great, we'll take them, but it is by no means a requirement. And then we do automatic consideration for merit-based scholarships as well. And those start at $16,000 and go up to $28,000. And those numbers are readjusted every year. So kind of keep in mind as you're applying next year, things might look a little bit differently. And we are test optional for those as well. Like I said, we do rolling admissions and they are all non-binding. You have until May 1st to make that decision. I think that's just about all I have. My really quick plug, we do have a webinar coming up that myself and some of my colleagues will be hosting on April 5th, specifically for out-of-state students. So I hope to see you guys there, and I hope to visit your school in the fall as well. Thanks so much.
Sorry, everyone, about the delay. Welcome again so much for joining us here. And I'm just going to start my presentation here. Maybe. There we go. So again, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining. If you're interested in additional information about Spelman, please click on the QR code and fill out and submit the form. Good evening, my name is Kitty Hooper, and I am an alum of St. Ignatius, and I also work there. And I also serve as an alum representative for Spelman College. Spelman College is a historically Black college and a global leader in the education of women of African descent. Additionally, the college is recognized among the nation's top liberal arts colleges by U.S. News and World Report, and as the #1 HBCU in the nation for 14 years consecutively. Spelman is located about 5 minutes from downtown in the heart of Atlanta. We are a member of the Atlanta University Center, which is affectionately known as the AUC, which is the world's oldest and largest associations of historically Black colleges and universities. The institutions that make up the AUC are Spelman, Morehouse, Clark, and Morehouse School of Medicine. Our student body is comprised of more than 2,100 students from 42 states and 18 foreign countries. Spelman students enjoy an 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio and an average class size of about 23. Spelman offers 34 majors and minors, including dual degree programs in both nursing and engineering. We offer intellectually challenging academic programs in the arts, humanities, social sciences, and of course, the STEM disciplines. No matter what a student decides to major in, the curriculum and pedagogy is directly tied to Spelman's mission, centering both Black women's experience and point of view. Spelman College offers a variety of support services and programs to assist students in their academic studies, personal development, and their overall postgraduate aspirations. This slide actually bullet points some of the essential student services and programs. Here at Spelman, many of us like to say that when you choose Spelman College, you have made the choice to change the world. Spelman is one of the top baccalaureate institutions sending students abroad, with approximately 70% of Spelman students choosing to extend their academic experiences beyond the campus classroom. Spelman students have actually traveled to over 40 countries. We have partner institutions and organizations, as well as exchange partnerships with universities worldwide. Spelman also offers financial aid and scholarship assistance to support study abroad experiences. The Office of Student Life and Engagement also provides a variety of extracurricular activities that serve to enhance the Spelman College academic experience. It is the home to more than 85 clubs and organizations representing everything from professional, cultural, and spiritual development to recreation and volunteer services. In addition, our residential population is spread across the campus's 11 residential halls, made up of both traditional and apartment-style living arrangements. Each hall actually has its own distinct culture and identity, where students engage in traditional activities such as dorm contests, stroll-offs, etc. If you ask many of us alums about our favorite moments on campus, it usually centers around our residential life. In terms of some of the qualities we look for in our applicants, at Spelman College, we actually take a holistic approach to the admissions process. While students' academic record is important, we take a number of other factors into consideration when reviewing applications for admission. So the academic record of a student is important, and we want to see that you took advantage of the most challenging curriculum available to you. Test scores, extracurricular activities, community service, employment history, personal interests, and demonstrated leadership are also weighed in the admission decision. We actually do not have a minimum GPA or test score requirement. Instead, we set annual academic profile that is based on the previous admitted class. Our academic profile varies from year to year. So if you go to the website, you'll be able to see what the most recent profile looks like. Each year, the application opens on August 1st. To complete your application, students must apply exclusively through the Common App and submit an application fee or approved fee waiver from the College Board. To complete your application, we look for 2 letters of recommendation, an official high school transcript, and your essay addressing one of the Common App prompts. The standardized testing scores were suspended for the class of 2026, but because of COVID, but the jury's still out about whether the same will hold true for you juniors. Students registered for 12 to 20 credits are actually considered full-time. The total cost when adding student fees, room and board, you can see on the slide, actually equals just over $43,000 per year. More than 85% of our students receive some form of financial assistance, and the Office of Admissions awards several merit scholarships. And there's not an extra application process. When you apply to Spelman, you are actually considered for those awards. There are various ways to connect with Spelman College through our annual admission events. These events are opportunities designed to meet the women of Spelman, to speak with faculty and staff, and to explore campus. There are numerous opportunities to engage with the Office of Admissions virtually, including the Spelman College YouTube channel, and we encourage prospective students to build a relationship with your assigned admissions counselor. Finally, Spelman College was made for women, specifically women of color, to develop and discover who and what they want to be. Choosing a college is more than just pursuing your academic interests. It is about choosing the right fit for you. Thank you, and we look forward to sharing more about Spelman with you.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. I am the last up tonight, so I am super pumped to have the opportunity to spend some time chatting with y'all. First things first, I'm putting a link in the chat so that way if you are interested in signing up for more information at any point, you can definitely go ahead and use that link. Let me go ahead and start sharing my screen here. And then we can get started. All right, so my name is Amy Ruck. I am the Midwest Regional Admissions Counselor for Virto Education. If you've never heard of us, don't worry, we are kind of the new kids on the block. We are actually not a full institution, not a full like college or university. We are a study abroad organization. And so I want to tell you a little bit about why Virto got started as an organization and how we can help you and other students across the US really take advantage of the opportunity to get out and see the world as part of your college experience. So the three things most important to us is that we want to help you connect to the world, sharpen your mind, and discover yourself. And so looking at Virto and kind of what we are, what we offer, what comes up most commonly, what I like to tell students and families is that we are like a gap year, but without the gap. So if you are looking to really kickstart your education, you want to do something really hands-on and take advantage of, the opportunity to have this experiential learning out and to see the world around you beyond your kind of comfort zone, beyond your hometown bubble, Virto will get you out there. We have program locations all around the world, and we really prioritize that hands-on learning so that way you have the opportunity to set your own path and determine your own priorities for after high school. And backing it up even just half a step, right? Like, why are we telling you to study abroad like right away, right? All of our programs are designed to be for your very first year of college, when the majority of students, if you do want to study abroad, most of the time are going to be looking to go junior, senior year of college. And so for us, what is really important is that we are looking at these four things on the screen right here. So students who study abroad tend to have a higher GPA overall. And what that means is that the learning that you do while you're abroad, what you're learning outside of the classroom really also impacts what you're doing inside of the classroom. And it's going to help benefit your academic experience in the long run. Employers also look really favorably upon students who have these international skills, the intercultural, communication abilities and different things that you gain as part of this international experiential semester or year. Traveling abroad can also be really difficult when you're trying to figure it out on your own. If you want to become a little bit more than just that sort of tourist who's stopping in for a short-term experience, it can be really tough to figure out visas and where to live and who to go with. And so Virto really takes advantage of having sort of this really classic first year experience that we're going to provide you with, safe places to live, faculty members who are world-class and really engaging you in the world around you, and giving you the opportunity to have this amazing international experience where we're taking care of the tough stuff for you. And then last but not least, it's just really awesome to be able to spend some time out in the world. Most high school students that I've met have, had their nose to the grindstone. They've been working really hard the last few years. And with COVID, a lot of us have been stuck at home. And so to be able to go abroad and to get out into the world now as you're just starting your college experience is something that's really unique and something that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. I know for myself personally, when I studied abroad, the first time I went was with a group of students that included St. Ignatius alums, and we're still friends to this day. So it was really exciting for me to be able to tell them I was going to present to you all tonight. And the main reason that we really want you to think about doing this your first year is because by the time you hit junior, senior year, a lot of students are going to be locked into internships and jobs on campus and a lot of those other opportunities. And so what we really focus on is that first year experience. So that way you can take your gen ed classes, you can take those core requirements that you're going to need no matter your major and really kick it up a notch and make it super impactful. And the second part that I haven't even touched on yet, and part of the reason why we do have such a unique program for first year students is that you spend your first year abroad. Yeah, like all of those great things we've been talking about. But then we also, the second part of what we do is helping you get into the college that you want to continue on to earn your degree at. And so we have partner colleges all over the United States and also abroad. We have partner schools in Ireland and Australia and New Zealand. And these schools have all come to us and said, hey, we love your program. We think this is really valuable for students, and we want to offer this really sort of streamlined and easy direct transfer process for students who are completing a Virto semester or year for their freshman year. And so you can have the international experience and leverage that to really help you get into the school where you'll be able to then continue on, get that classic campus experience and finish your degree still within 4 years. Next up, one of the most common questions I get is from students who ask, is Virto really a good fit for me? And all these things on the screen are true, but what I tell students is that the number one thing is really that you just have to be a little bit adventurous. You have to be willing to get out of your bubble. You want to do something different, really impact the world and learn from the different communities and different people that you might not have had an opportunity to interact with yet. And so really, wherever you're coming from, whatever you're interested in, we can help you out with that. So as long as you're ready for an adventure, we want to help make that happen for you. So check us out on social media. We've got TikTok, we've got Instagram. You can see what students are actually up to. And then last but not least, check out our website, vertoeducation.org, reach out to our admissions team, and we will be happy to help you out. So thank you so much.
Fantastic. You guys are all rock stars. That session was absolutely awesome. We have about 4 minutes left. So if I could ask our college reps to come back on camera one more time, we're going to do one Q&A question to wrap up our time together. So our Q&A question is, what is one piece of advice that you would offer to these students or any students who are going through the college search process? We'll just answer in the same order everyone presented in, if that's okay.
Okay, sure. I'll go first. I would say my biggest piece of advice to students is don't be afraid to reach out to your admission counselor, because I know that when I was applying to colleges, I never emailed. I just, had so many questions, and that just never seemed like an option to me. But I just want to emphasize that that's literally why we're here. We're here to help answer any of your questions. Even if it seems so dumb, definitely reach out. I'm sure we've heard it before, so you're not alone. But yeah, don't be afraid to reach out to us. We are always so happy to hear from you all.
All right, that was a good tip. I'm a mom, so I like to give mom and kid advice to anyone who will listen. I would say really just think about the family dynamic of applying to college. Students, be upfront with your parents about how involved you want them to be. Parents, remember to back off when you go to a campus tour, an open house. Let the student introduce themselves. Just make sure your student is owning their experience, and students, be kind to your parents. This is their first time having their baby go off to college. So good family dynamics. That's my tip.
Ooh, those were so good. Let's talk letters of rec, shall we? They're not required at every university. I'm going to throw that out there to start, right? There's some of us, A&M included, that we recommend. They're up to 2. But that's 2, not 12. And you have to give your counselors and your teachers and whoever you're asking, you have to give them time. If you end up getting a letter of recommendation that basically says, Jill is great, Jill is cool, Jill is amazing, the end, we love Jill, but we don't know much about Jill at that point. And that's not on your counselor or teacher or community leader or whoever you're talking to. That's on you if you didn't give them enough time. So really double check, do you need a letter of rec? If you do, what's the good person to ask? And then ask early. Everybody will thank you.
Yeah, I totally echo everything everybody has already said. I will talk a little bit about the essay because that's my favorite part of reading applications is actually getting to hear from the students, especially if I've met them before. I really love being able to put stories to the names. But in your essay, talk about your passions. I have read 300 applications about COVID and how that's impacted everybody. And I totally understand it has impacted us all. But the essays I remember are the ones about people talking about starting a business or starting the Black Student Union at their school, or what they do outside the classroom, or their passion in their job or their future career. That's what really stands out to us. And that's what really tells me what I need to know about you as a student.
Hi. So again, I love all the advice there. I mean, I would say, you know, students and parents explore a lot of options. I love our director of college counseling always says, you know, there's more than 10 colleges in the country, right? So explore a lot of options and figure out someplace that's going to make you feel comfortable and someplace that you're going to enjoy, because it's a tough place to be if it's not. You know, I loved my experience. So, and then if there's some place you discover, and parents, you know, don't let people try to, you know, friends say, no, don't go there, right? Just, you know, where are you going to feel comfortable and where are you going to love being? And the other thing with the college recommendations, students, after you get them, say thank you, please. And that's all I've got.
Yeah, this is intimidating going last, y'all. I feel like what I was going to say is actually really similar to what Kitty said just now, is that to really just keep an open mind and to take a deep breath and to decide what is really important to you. Because what gets me so excited about the college sort of like search process and application process is how many amazing opportunities there are out there. And so, yeah, don't worry about, you know, what your friends are doing. Just really focus in on what is a priority for you, because there are going to be so many opportunities out there for you, and to really just like, you know, take advantage of what's out there and make it something that is personal to you.
I love every single one of those. Thank you so much. I have one more slide to wrap up our whole session together. Just a big old thank you to everyone who attended tonight, students, attendees, and especially all of our presenters. Students and attendees, when you close your window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. It's only 5. It'll be really, really quick, I promise. We really appreciate any feedback you're willing to provide for us. This is the last session of the night, so thank you so much. You will be able to find the recording from this session very soon, as well as all other session recordings at strivescan.com/Ignatius. Thank you so much once again. Have an absolute wonderful rest of your day, everyone. Bye.